YouTube. What up? It's your boy Slick Official, aka Slick Poppy, aka the Don Dada, back with another video. And I know I'm late with this one, but it's like I had to just, you know what I'm saying, get everything together. You feel me? Because I did record, I ain't gonna lie, I recorded the video a few days ago, probably the same day that it happened, and I was a little hype and shit like that. Mostly because there was people coming for me in the comments talking crazy and stuff like that. And the last video that I did, y'all blew it up. So guess what? I appreciate y'all for that. We up 45, nigga. What is you talking about? With that being said, we are reacting to new evidence proves Tory Lanez got framed and set up by Megan Thee Stallion. I didn't even know you spell her name like that, nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you. For the one that was in the comment talking about some, where's this new evidence y'all talking about? 36 hours later and I ain't see nothing. 36hoursLater.com, shorty. I told you, bro. Like, I don't be talking on my ass. Now, there's a lot of stuff that was in that document. I'm not talking about the website. I'm talking about the one that her team put. A lot of stuff in that document. There was a lot of forgery going on. There was a lot of manipulative forgery going on. Now, I ain't being biased. I'm being realistic. Bro, you got people altering text messages. You got people putting agendas, cropping out shit. You over here taking parts of Kelsey's testimony from an interview. Not even the full testimony at the trial, dude. Where she said she didn't even see, you know what I mean? We ain't even gonna get into all that, you know what I'm saying? We're just gonna get into the video because y'all gonna get me tight. I already clapped back at your ass, or whatever your name is, shorty. You know what I'm saying? I hope you having a blessed day today. You feel me? Let's go. Listen, we back at it with Flacco. This nigga just too close to the camera and shit like that. He fogging up my glasses. You feel me?
Just revealed bombshell information that will exonerate Tory Lanez and destroy and ruin Megan Thee Stallion's career and her credibility. And they laid everything out on a new website.
This might be a long video too. Oh, find shit. Why they got this picture of Tory, dude? He ain't this scrawny no more either, nigga. Like y'all be doing. First y'all did DDG crazy, you know what I'm saying? Y'all had Halle looking fine and shit on one side, and then DDG just looking ruffled up, like he just popped that side on the side of the corner and shit. Like,
Congresswoman Anna Paulina is the mastermind behind this new website to exonerate Tory Lanez, and it all stemmed from a tweet.
Now this picture looks good right here, but when I was seeing the video, all I seen was makeup and lip filler. I was like, you feel me? It's crazy. And then the other shorty who was spitting facts and stuff like that, I just seen a whole I ain't gonna say too much, but
that she posted a week ago, where she says in 36
the political
hours,
side
we will be releasing
of
new
the whole media
information
little,
that would exonerate Tory Lanez. It wasn't released within 36 hours, but instead they started a website coined after the term 36 hours later and released all the information on that website. A lot of people have questioned her motives, why a congresswoman, a Republican at that, wants to get involved in a Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion hip-hop drama. But she just came out to say she's involved because she truly believes that Tory Lanez was railroaded by a corrupt Democratic system.
Me personally, although a small part of me thinks that she really does care about this case, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like she clout chasing, dude. She seen that the topic is bubbling up, you know what I'm saying? You know, what a perfect way to segue into politics, and they get the narrative of an innocent black man out of jail. You know what I mean? That's gonna cause headlines. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's I ain't gonna lie. That's good for paperwork. You know what I mean? Like, damn, I can't even think of like the right way to put it. That's a good thing to have on your resume. I ain't gonna lie.
Tory's team did a great job at telling the full story and not just bombarding us with new.
Listen, y'all gonna stop doing my niggas like this. Why do y'all keep putting nice pictures of the shorties on one side and my niggas looking a certain type of way? Is crazy. I ain't gonna lie, y'all need to stop doing this.
One of
Flacco,
the initial
I'm blaming you.
In the first
I'm blaming
step,
you, nigga.
They pointed out information that contradicted the storyline that Tory Lanez told Megan Thee Stallion's dance bit and then fired 6 shots at her. They released footage of Megan Thee Stallion admitting that
Kelsey testified that she doesn't know where that came from, by the way. And Sean Kelly has not mentioned that at all. So the fact that dance bitch is still in the conversation is crazy. Y'all sound crazy. He didn't say that. Y'all just hearing shit.
That she stepped on glass, but not just that. In this interaction with the police, Megan Thee Stallion was very concerned about her going to jail and her being in trouble. It's
I don't know. It's something about the way she's sitting there just talking is just funny. Like, are we going to jail? Excuse me, are we going to jail? Oh, I can't go to jail. I can't do that. It's bad for my image. I can't do that.
That's very strange. A gunshot victim being really concerned about the police discovering something that could send her to jail doesn't make sense to me. And
if I got shot, why the fuck am I gonna ask the police officer if I'm going to? Sir, I'm leaking. I just got shot. Is you gonna do something about this nigga that just shot me? Can I go? Or can we do something? I'm sitting on the side of the road. I'm leaking. Where the ambulance at? You see the fire truck? The fire truck came here before the ambulance. I'm trying to get an ambulance because I'm bleeding. Now what's up? What you worried about? Am I going to jail? Come on, dude.
This isn't Megan Thee Stallion's first run-in with the law. Megan Thee Stallion has a long rap sheet, bro. Megan Thee Stallion has multiple mugshots out there. So Megan Thee Stallion understands the law. If you did nothing wrong and you are the gunshot victim, why would you be going to jail for getting shot?
Trying to figure it all out. As long as you guys cooperate with us and you guys tell us what happened, we'll go accordingly, okay? But if you guys are not telling us,
I'm not gonna lie, this video got her looking like dude from you know the guy from Green Mile? No, is that the same dude? No. There's a different movie where, you know what? We're not even gonna say it.
If you guys are, then
y'all try to come at me the last video. How could you call our black woman a man? And how could you call our black man leprechaun? How could you laugh at the fact that our black man was stabbed to death in prison and almost lost his life? How could you laugh at the fact that he's in jail for something that he didn't do, knowing that he's in there for something that he didn't do? Because that's the first thing that you say. Well, he's in jail, so he's not getting out. Like, so you know what I mean? You laughing at a nigga because he bald. Niggas start losing their hair at 29, 30. I got 2 more years of this dreads, nigga. Y'all want to shame niggas for their height, but I can't laugh. I can't make no jokes when it comes to, you know what I mean? Like, what? Dude, and it was a dude that said this shit, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, dude. Why you got, come on, dude. Be realistic.
I really cannot go to jail. Okay. I cannot have that on my image. Okay.
Go ahead,
so how did that happen to you? Glass? Where? Where we were coming from?
Now, either she's really good at lying or she's telling the truth. You don't know if she's telling the truth because she's a liar. She could be lying right here. But that response was too much. It was too quick, you know what I'm saying? Too loose off the lips, you know what I'm saying? Usually when you got to think of something, you know what I mean? Off the dome, that's somebody you got to watch out for, dude.
She was also very concerned about her image and how this story would make her look. The storyline of getting super drunk at Kylie Jenner's house, trying to fight Kylie Jenner, fighting your best friend, fighting a man that night, being exposed for sleeping with the man that your best friend is doing a sneak.
So, there's word that you were in a fight today. Well, that night. I don't know, I said today. There's word that she was in a fight that night. She's saying that never happened, or she's not acknowledging the fact that it happened. Either is Kelsey, but you got the witness the night of the shooting saying that there was a fight breaking out. She went back to the car. She got the gun. One of them got the gun. The shorter female got the gun, shot it off, and then at that point, the shorter male, the black male, was in the car coming out. Then they're gonna use the excuse, oh well, he said it was dark. So how the fuck you know that he's that word? If he said it was dark, why are you so certain about his word of what happened during the trial? Saying, oh, he said that Tory, well, he testified that Tory shot her. After he went upstairs with the prosecutors and came back down. You trust the second story that he told, but don't trust the first story, right? But you trust the first story that Kelsey told, but don't trust the second story that she testified with.
Sneaky link with. That looks bad for you. That looks horrible.
And then y'all gonna say that the fight started over her saying that he's only relevant because he was on Poppin'. What's poppin'? Yeah, what's poppin'? I don't know if y'all know, but Tory was a little bit bigger than Megan back then. I'm not gonna hold you. You had Broke Leg. You had Stupid. You had Jerry Springer. It was a snippet at the time. You had there was a few bops that was playing outside. The only thing that was playing back then was WAP. Dun 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 dun. With me, with me. The one with the baby, and then the other one where it's like, fuck, I don't know. But it was 2 songs that she had, and then she had the one with Beyonce. So 3 songs. They both had that shit popping. You feel me? So we ain't gonna play those games because we're just not gonna do that.
And then stepping on a glass.
But to say that was the real reason for the argument, besides, that's, you know what? I just realized something. We realized something in real time. Listen, yeah, this might be a long video too. I remember when everybody was declining the fact that she slept with Tory, right? Saying that there's no way that fight could have escalated due to the fact that Kelsey found out that Tory was messing with Meg because they never slept together, right? Then word comes out that they slept together. The word comes out. Meg was already being a little jealous of Kylie, doing too much, saying slick comments to where Kylie kicked her out. And y'all still, you know what I mean? Y'all still don't believe that Megan was jealous, or that the reason that the fight happened was because they was getting into it about Tory. Hey man, even though Kelsey came on live talking about it's crazy how you always fucking up, you always getting clapped by the same niggas I mess with. But you can still look up the live. Shorty is there. Yes, Kelsey said that. She was ranting, saying, "Hey, it's crazy how you're always messing with the niggas that I used to mess with. It's weird." You know what I mean? Like, you keep doing that. She testified that. So it's like, bro, come on, dude.
You're super intoxicated and you're just drunk. Looks horrible.
Pause.
But the storyline of this really angry man shot at you because you stood up for yourself. Now that storyline.
This nigga got out the car and shot you because you said that he was that the only poppin' song he has is What's Poppin'? Really? Really?
Looks wonderful for your career. So you could understand how that got concocted as soon as she picked up that phone and called Rock Nation about the quote-unquote incident afterwards. I can almost tell you how that conversation went, bruh. Don't say nothing. Let's intervene. Let's try to get this all cleaned up. Because looking like a horrible drunk who was sleeping with your best friend's man looks crazy. Now, the police didn't just take her word for it. The police did their investigation at the scene. And at the scene, they discovered enough evidence to show that Megan Thee Stallion stepped on glass. Which is why when the police charged Tory Lanez initially, they only charged Tory Lanez for gun possession because they found a gun, I think, on the passenger side of the vehicle.
Shooting or anything? That's how we got dispatched.
Well, we have the gun here, and then we have other units. They're searching the house where it happened, so that's all we have so far.
So nothing happened in the vehicle.
No, we don't have any casings. No.
Okay.
Nothing happened in this vehicle? No. We don't have any casings? No. So that means that he didn't shoot you from the car, because she said that he came from the front seat. I mean, he came to the front seat, shot out the window, kind of inside, kind of outside. Shuddy, the jig is up.
From what you've been told.
And then there's some cash over, looks like
Was the person who got caught with the other people here that you have in handcuffs? Were they all together?
They were all together.
Yes, they were all in the same car.
Okay. And then
4 minutes.
we know
That's like
how
4
they
minutes
got
of this
caught?
shit. What the hell?
I believe when she stepped down, there's a
She dropped the glass bottle, and then I think she stepped on it and cut herself.
They're saying that she stepped on glass. They watched her step on glass. There's a body camera footage of her stepping on glass. She said that she lied and she didn't really step on glass. She just said that because she was trying to protect Tory. But really, she was trying to protect her image. But did she lie about stepping on glass? No. She really stepped on glass. Like,
Getting out of the...
Now, Auburn Preach did make a good point. There's certain doctors that treat certain shit, so they hand it off and then they go. And they hand it off and then they go for each treatment. I don't know how true that is, but it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe she did get shot. Maybe she didn't. I personally don't know. I just know that Kelsey shot the gun. I don't think that she shot her. You feel me? Tory didn't shoot the gun. He didn't touch the gun. His DNA was not on the gun. His DNA wasn't on the magazine. His DNA wasn't on... Well, the 90% of DNA found on a weapon was from an unknown male, and it's not him. It excluded him. The rest of the percentages, I have to say the rest of the percentages because y'all keep alluding that to be included with the 90%. No, it's not. That's excluded from the 90%. So it's some other nigga. His DNA that's on there. His DNA. 0.0.1. No, 0. I said 0.01. Okay? Percent. That could be anybody.
The vehicle.
Okay. So her content's better then.
She has gun residue on her. Not Megan. Kelsey. Who else do you think shot the weapon? Nigga, like you can't say Kelsey. You're saying Kelsey didn't do it, but she got gun residue on it. She got immunity. She said she didn't see Tory shoot Megan. You know what I mean? She was scuffling. She has a reason. There's motive for her to want to shoot because she was fighting. She was getting fucked up. She got scratches, bleeding all over it. You're saying that, oh, the suitcase got blood over it. Oh, well, so does somebody else who has, you know what I'm saying, scratches on their leg and shit like that. They got blood all over their feet. You know what I mean? They got blood all over their thumb and stuff like that. Like, come on, bro. Like, are we really doing this right now? If you can't find DNA that says that he touched the gun and she got gun residue, and there's DNA that says that she touched the gun, and you got somebody that's seen it and is saying that she came out and she came out with the gun and she shot. What the fuck are we doing? You feel me? Like, come on, bro.
Right.
Well,
There's the glass bottle right there.
yeah.
I seen somebody say that you're not gonna be leaking like that off of a glass cut. Yes, you are, dude. Nigga, I was opening a Chef Boyardee can, and I accidentally pushed my thumb into the sharp part, and I think either my thumb or my finger, and it gashed. I was bleeding for a good 20 minutes, nigga, non-stop. A lot of blood. Imagine what glass could do, stepping on glass. Now, as big as Megan Thee Stallion is, nigga, she got big ass feet. You really think that she can't be like gushing blood over? It doesn't matter how big it is. If you get cut deep, you gonna be leaking. You feel me? Like, you see how it dropped? The bottle. Oh, I hate seeing that shit. Ugh. Just hearing that, like, just seeing her step on it and hearing it. Ugh.
Here is crazy. The police officer literally watched her with her own eyes, seen her in 4K with her own eyes, stepping on the...
This nigga African as hell, bro. This nigga African as fuck.
Bottle and then began to limp.
Yeah, that's some African movements.
Watched her with her own eyes, seen her in 4K with her own eyes, stepping on
that right there. That yeah, he's Nigerian as fuck, nigga. You got some Nigerian / there's some West African nigga.
Bottle and then began to limp. She stepped
with her
on
own
the
eyes.
bottle in front of
See
the
her with her own
officers.
eyes.
You just heard her say, "Oh man, she just stepped on the bottle and she cut her."
You
So,
Nigerian as fuck, nigga.
If they watched her step on the bottle, cut herself open,
Word.
probably had some fragments go in the open wound,
and then she said that she was and then she said that God dang. And then she said that she had reopened the wound that she had She stepped on glass a couple days before that and had fucked it up again. So
she's walking on literal glass at the time. How does this equate to Tory Lanez popped at her? Now, I do believe a gun was shot that night. Don't get me wrong. A gun was indeed shot that night.
But Tory didn't shoot it.
I don't think that gun is what penetrated Megan Thee Stallion's skin.
I'm seeing all that now.
What's that? Do you think we can go to jail?
What woman you know who just got shot is talking that calmly?
Where?
Is that composed? Is that stoic?
You reading Twitter comments?
A gunshot victim? Is that composed? That stoic? It's kind of like somebody just sitting on the curb, man, like just waiting for the police to go away. Is that? Come on, bro. Bro, anybody with a brain can look at this and say, bro, what are we doing here, bro? How do we go from this to somebody being in jail right now for 10 plus years? This is crazy. And they even showed the hospital footage where Megan Thee Stallion is telling the doctors, yeah, I stepped on glass, it's whatever.
And so what happened with you were just a long ball sticker.
She got some long ass fingers, dude.
I just stepped on glass the other day.
How tall is nigga? Is she like 5'9", 5'10" or something?
Pay attention to her saying, I stepped on glass the other day too. So she already
she
had
5'10", so she my height.
And that would make sense when we get to the gun.
You telling me you got hands like these, Megan?
Other things involved in this case.
You got hands like these?
I stepped on glass the other day too. So hence when she stepped on glass tonight, it just re-aggravated the open wounds she already had. They provided the full timeline to expose the story that Megan Thee Stallion told of, I tried to protect Tory Lanez initially, but the only reason I'm saying he shot me now is because he spoke out first. They provided the timeline to show that was an absolute lie. She did not say she stepped on glass initially to protect Tory Lanez, and she didn't change her mind because Tory Lanez spoke out first. That's a lie. So the timeline here goes. Megan posted about being shot on July 15, 2020. Megan names Tory Lanez to the police the following day, on July 16th of 2020. Tory Lanez haven't gone public yet. July 27th, Megan Thee Stallion goes live on Tory Lanez's birthday. Specifically, this was her first live. It goes on August 20th, Megan Thee Stallion publicly names Tory Lanez as the shooter. But she already named Tory Lanez as a shooter to the police already, okay?
Oh, I knew it. He is Liberian, boy. I knew. If it wasn't Nigerian, because you probably got some Nigerian in you too, nigga. Listen, L-I-B.
And she goes live.
I knew it. I'm like, you got that.
Continues.
That's some
tweets
African
for the first time. So this is when Tory Lanez first tweet to clear his name. Tory Lanez goes live October 20th. This is the first time Tory Lanez goes live to clear his name.
So this is the thing. Y'all was saying that Tory Lanez was getting paid, was paying blogs to just go ahead and go crazy and just spread a narrative and shit like that. Just talk. He's talking. He's saying this. He's saying that. He's saying so many stories and shit like that. And she at some point she was gonna be quiet, but you was just doing too much, dude. And then that's when she just spoke. No, nigga. This is when he talked. You had all these times where you were saying shit. You feel me? Went to the police. You know what I'm saying? You reported your shit. You feel me? You did. And then you went online. Oh, no. Excuse me. You went online. Then you went to the police. Well, it's supposed to be 4 days later. And then you went online again afterwards. A week later. And then a month later, you go online again. You know what I mean? Talking about the blogs and stuff is talking, and Tory Lanez paying them to spread this and all that. Nah, bro. And then Tory Lanez finally talks. And he says to my fans, I'm sorry for my silence, but I'm gonna let y'all know what's going down. I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna say what I gotta say. Oh, he got time today at 9 p.m. And then that's when another month later, he finally doesn't he really say his part of the story. He just debunks what she said in this live right here. Feel me? So I really want to know where the fuck was he talking.
Bro. If you told the police you like got shot, if,
this is gonna be another video, another long video, I guess.
You got shot like the day afterwards, and you only told them you stepped on glass to protect Tory Lanez. Then one, why'd you tell the police you got shot the day?
Disclaimer: I'm a bit tired, so if you catch me talking with my eyes closed and stuff like that, but I'm wilding and shit like that, like, you know what I mean? I'm either in a zone, you feel me, or I don't know.
After, and then why did you go public naming Tory Lanez when Tory Lanez hadn't spoken or done any press whatsoever? Peep how Megan said in her statement, the narrative that's been reported about Sunday morning's events are inaccurate. She would claim that she was a victim, that she suffered a gunshot wound, and that they pulled bullets from out of her legs. She says, I was never arrested. The police officers drove me to the hospital where I underwent surgery to remove the bullets. Bullets? There was no bullet.
This is why you should just shut the fuck up, Meg. Bullets, you done surgery to get bullets removed. And then you went alive and said I got shot in both of my feet. I had surgery and got the bullets removed from both of my feet. Dude, it's fragments, bullets, or glass. Which one is it? Because you said glass at first, and now you got pictures of you with your feet out and your old, what is it? Your old assistant or your old manager? Your old manager looking at somebody with tweezers picking at your feet and shit like that, and that's the surgery? No, it's not. But at the same time, it's like you're kind of like fucking it up. Shut up.
It's found in Megan Thee Stallion's leg. And the reason why Megan Thee Stallion was worried about being arrested, she put
the beats on Kelsey and shit like that. She was, I mean, Kelsey, I know you small as shit, so I'm gonna give you that. You like 4'11" and she's 5'10". Okay, cool. So you got the, you know what I'm saying? She gave you the beats. She snatched your chain. She threw it on the floor. She disrespected you. She put some knots in your head. I ain't talking about no braids.
You look at the picture.
You know what I'm saying? She got the love.
Pictures they took at the police station of Kelsey's legs. Kelsey's legs had nothing but cuts and scratches on it. Megan Thee Stallion did a number on Kelsey, and she bragged about it in her song. All right.
Who is snitch? I ain't never went to the police with no names. I thought a bitch who got a chain snatch, caught a loss, has something to say. Hey,
You could literally see in the song the lyrics says, "Who will snitch? I ain't never went to the police with no names."
Like, this is why I keep saying she need to shut up. Just shut up. Shut up. Like, yo.
So this is a song called Shots Fired by Megan Thee Stallion. She raps, "Who a snitch? I ain't never went to the police with no names."
Bro, she remind me of that dude, that scammer dude that was just like giving the methods and talking mad, but just popping it on his songs and stuff. Like, bro, nigga, if you gonna get money and shit like that, you a scammer dude, just do what you gotta do and be quiet. Why is you talking? Then you going around doing collabs on YouTube, telling people how you stealing money and shit like that. Then you get mad when you get booked. Now all your money seized and you locked up, no bail.
Oh, the bid that got her chain snatched called a loss has something to say. Hey, you think it's out of the realm of possibility that Kelsey, after getting whooped on by a woman 4 to 5 inches taller than her with about 50 pounds on her?
Nigga, 4 to 5. That's a whole foot. A whole foot bigger than her, nigga.
You think it's out of the realm of possibility that she picked up a gun to defend herself? I don't think so.
I said Chelsea. Kelsey is compact, nigga, and that's a fact. She's compact, and that's a fact.
And this storyline, my perspective.
Hey, I ain't editing this video, dude. Both of these videos, I ain't editing nothing but the intros and outros, dude.
Is Megan Thee Stallion and Kelsey got into a brutal fight.
Raw.
Tory Lanez tried to break it up. Kelsey grabbed a gun and fired shots at Megan Thee Stallion. The shots missed. However, the bullet fragments ricocheted. And they ricocheted and got into her foot due to the open wound she already had from stepping on glass in the prior days. And then when they all got back in the vehicle, right? And when they all got back into the vehicle,
hands up,
I believe
get out the
what
vehicle.
took place was Megan Thee Stallion then hopped out the vehicle, stepped on glass further,
slowly,
re-aggravate the wound, made the wound look so much more crazy. The police said, "What the heck is this?" That's what happened. That
was me kind of like, you know what I'm saying, playing it in the background while she talks to try to paint the picture of what was going on. I mean, you know what I'm saying, we locked in now, nigga. LIB, we locked in now.
The only story that makes sense, and the eyewitness account backs that up. Here is Sean Kelly, the only eyewitness of this case, telling the police that he seen Kelsey shoot Megan Thee Stallion, or fire shots at Megan Thee Stallion. The shots missed.
That's the thing. He says this, right? So he says this, and there's a recording of him saying that. But then when he goes and do it for trial, apparently before he went to go do it for trial, he went upstairs with some prosecutors, and he came back down and switched his story up. So the same thing that you did to Kelsey when you took her first investigation into consideration, you should have done the same thing with old boy, dude. Could have been like, oh well, you said this in an initial report, you testified this at first. You're changing your story now. It's kind of like reasonable doubt, dude. Like you said this, now you're saying this. One person saying that, but it's not matching what the other person is saying. I mean, you would think.
Wait. No, it isn't. No?
They shot out of the car?
Well, the windows were open, that's why it sounded like either way. Yeah, I didn't know. They were on my side. The girl opened the door, two girls fighting, and then they
This is Austin Powers talking. There's different type of Brits. You feel me? He's from the old school Brittany. He's from the 70s and stuff. You could tell. That's the yeah baby. Like that's the type of British that you know what I mean? The Beatles type.
She got out of the car.
She got out the car, baby. She got out the car, baby. She got out the car. She started messing her up crazy, baby. Yes, indeed.
And the girl came out.
The girl.
And pulled open the passenger door and started screaming and yelling at somebody in the car.
So the girl who came out of the passenger, you're talking about the front passenger?
No, the rear.
The rear passenger. So the girl comes out of the rear passenger, and she goes to the front passenger?
Yes.
And she opens up the car door?
Yes.
And then what happens?
They're screaming and shouting at each other, and they start fighting.
The two girls?
Yeah, I can see one, feet coming out, trying to kick her, and the other one's fighting, and then the passenger gets out.
So the girl who does the punching and the kicking is the girl that comes out of the back passenger?
Can we stop there? Because I don't want to...
It's all confusing me. So basically what you're saying is Kelsey came, because Kelsey was sitting in the back passenger, to the front passenger to fuck up Meg. And Meg was kicking and shit like that. But then how did she get the scratches on the relationship?
I'll tell you, and then I want to go. My son's on his own.
Yeah, I understand. And it's loud with the cars.
I don't really want to. So basically, the car stopped. The girl in the back got out, started screaming and shouting, ripped the door, pulled the door open, but pulled it so sort of
like some GTA shit.
Viciously. That's why I presume the driver got out. She starts screaming. She starts hitting the girl. The girl on the side, her feet come out. She starts to kick the girl away. On the passenger. They get out, they start fighting here. They start fighting. The driver comes round and tries to sort of break it up. It gets a bit more violent. And between them, the girl then climbs back into the front row of the passenger seat.
Where's the shorter black guy?
He's in the back.
He's in the back of the car?
In the back of the car.
Okay.
Then the gun.
Now there was some bozos that was arguing with me, talking about that this is not new information and shit like that, that it's been shown in court. This has not been shown in court. This was a suppressed piece of evidence. Most of the stuff that was on the internet wasn't shown in court, and they have a list of things shown in court. Abba and Preach, nigga, y'all need it. Well, that's one thing that y'all didn't have a point on. There is a list of all things presented in court as far as evidence and stuff like that. This was not. Some things like the serial number to the gun, The 911 call, their initial report, which was probably this, were sealed. The fragments were claimed as missing by a detective. You feel me? Now, because they changed it up and said, hey, it's at the LA County and stuff like that, locked away. Okay, cool. But that doesn't change the fact that they said that it was missing. The fragments were missing. The detective testified that it was missing. I could pull up if you need me to pull up, tag me on Twitter. You already got my Twitter, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm not putting the little bars in here no more for the videos unless I'm live. I mean, the whole socials and stuff like that, you're going to see it at the beginning and the end of the video. Or in the description, you know what I'm saying, down in the description below. But y'all tag me on Twitter what y'all think about the whole we can go back and forth, nigga, because I got days on this, nigga. Sometimes I got time. Especially when I'm at work and I'm on break, I got time. On the weekends, I got time. Especially at night, nigga. My shorty does not live in the same town as me.
So the driver's door's open.
And you're seeing the girl shoot?
Can I help you?
Jeez, dude.
I see what appears to be the girl standing here and shooting into the car. That's what it looks like to me. Girl standing here and shooting into the car.
Drop shooting into the car.
But it was dark.
What do you mean by that, sir?
Above, so
now, this is the part that get me tight. They're saying, but he said it was dark, bro. He said it was dark.
But then the guy gets out again from the back.
And you want to know what happened to the
dark, and I'm above.
But it was dark, and I'm above, so.
But
the guy gets out from the back. He still says the guy gets out from the back. He still says that he sees two girls fighting. It doesn't stop. He says that he sees two girls. One of the girls came back from the car, took the gun, bop, 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 bop. But the guy came back to try to get the rest. You know what I mean? Like.
Guy gets out again from the back.
And you want to know what happened to the only eyewitness who identified the woman shooting at Megan Thee Stallion? That eyewitness came to court. And when he got to court, the prosecutors took him upstairs. Now, the eyewitness was the defense witness. The defense was who called the eyewitness. The prosecutors didn't want to call the eyewitness. The defense called him. But when he got to court, Tory Lanez and his family watched the prosecutors take that eyewitness upstairs. And when he came back downstairs, he didn't speak to Tory Lanez, looked nobody in their eyes, went to the stand and completely changed up his story.
When we sat outside, my wife and I
don't know, right here, Tory Lanez, your dad looked like respectfully, I'm not trying to be funny, but he do remind me of like the Goofy movie, like a character. I don't know if it's the glasses and the earrings or what.
We saw this gentleman come in and we sat down and it was identified for us that, oh, this is Mr.
This nigga does look like Tory, dude. Tory look like him. That's his dad for sure. That's your son, nigga.
Sean Kelly.
Your daddy's son, nigga.
He's sitting across from us on the other side of the hallway. And as we sat there, the
that's crazy,
prosecution
bro.
came
I
out.
haven't seen this nigga in a mad long, dude.
Free
Tory.
Investigators, rather. And one of the prosecutors, they took this gentleman, they went upstairs, I believe it was to the 14th floor at that time. By the time this man came down, the witness they did not want to call, this man came down and his testimony became so embellished with other nonsense that people who saw it just looked at it and said, this is crazy.
Imagine telling the police seconds, minutes after the incident, everything you just saw fresh on your mind.
That's what niggas
and
not
then
taking into account,
a year and a half later,
makes sense, bro.
You go to tell that same story you told the police, and the prosecutors walk you upstairs, walk you back downstairs, and your entire testimony changed. Now all of a sudden you seen Tory Lanez shooting. This to me is the corruptness that went on. Also, by the way, the owner of the gun, the prosecutors sealed that information. The owner of the gun, the name of the owner, got sealed. Nobody knows. All right? Tory Lanez's DNA was not found on the gun. It was actually 0.01% of his DNA found. But what that means is that's damn near like
anybody.
1 billion black people, right, share like 0.01% of DNA.
So
the niggas is in the comments talking about some, well, he probably wiped it. You know, people can wipe weapons and stuff like that, wipe their DNA off the gun and all that, bro. So you telling me that he took the gun, he picked the gun up, and he looked at it and he said, let me get my DNA off this shit and leave the rest. I mean, he just gonna pick apart his DNA from the rest that's on the gun? Come on, bro. Be for real, bro. Just make it make sense. Make it be realistic, dude.
His DNA was now found on the gun. The eyewitness is saying Kelsey shot Meg. Megan Thee Stallion is admitting, hey, listen, man, I stabbed.
And even she said she don't remember getting shot. Matter of fact, I'm going to play the recording because I seen it. And I was like, I did forget about this shit. This is why I waited, because I have all the receipts and the evidence, dude. Y'all niggas is not finna get me. She didn't even know she was shot, shorty.
July 16th in an interview, I didn't know I was shot, and I didn't want to spread false information. I don't want to get false info. I don't want to get nobody in trouble. Yes, she absolutely did say that. So it is on record that 4 days after Megan said that she was shot, that she said, well, I didn't know that I was shot and I didn't want to spread, false information. But you say you watched the nigga shoot at you, so what would be false about that? That don't make no damn sense either. But even when they showed her the paper, she said she didn't remember. Every time they show Megan her own damn statements, Megan said, that's what the paper says, but I don't remember. I don't remember saying that. I don't remember that. They said, do you remember that 4 days later, your attorneys were talking to the police? And they said, do you remember that your manager and you requested that the interview not be recorded? She said, I don't recall that. They said, do you recall Rock Nation being on a phone call 2 days later with Tory? They cut that off. Cut it off. Objection.
And Tory deadass said, hey, Rock Nation called me and said, I hear you're planning on making a statement. I advise you not to make that statement. What the hell does he gotta lie about, bro? I don't understand why it is so hard for y'all to realize that some things in the industry is rigged, dude. Like, there's people in position of power that will manipulate and do things to make sure that shit is perceived a different or a certain type of way. And we're seeing it happen right now, where there's somebody who's in a very high position of a company manipulating situations to get her way. I'm not gonna say whose name, because she's throwing out copyright strikes and I'm not getting copyrighted shit. So you got me fucked up. Hey, y'all comment down below y'all thoughts. That's the end of this video. Make sure y'all leave a like, hit the subscription box below with the bell to the side, because guess what? We is locked in. No pun.